take the map and drive the instructor inside the classroom and link it to the M step, then everything will move. You see it?
Ladies, third grade teachers, could you tell me, how do you think this professional development was for you today?
TV. It was productive. It was exciting. But we never leave Mr. Hurt's advising.
Because the schools that I've worked with, the teachers I've worked with, their scores just go through the roof, because what I do is I talk about practical stuff that's practical. Because I'm a former teacher and also I'm a principal, so I'm gonna be telling you guys things that I know will work in your classroom.
For booking, please visit S. Hurt School Turnaround.
So I believe that, if everybody say it can't get done, I'm like, yes it can, why not? I said, if these kids can't read, then I'm not gonna call them. All this, mom, dad, I'm gonna look you in your face and say this kid can't read. We let them down. School, parents, we let them down, but I'm not gonna take them to the next grade knowing that they're not at grade level. It's funny because I'm always like, okay, how are schools successful? Well, schools are successful when they demand greatness. Greatness doesn't come. We're about to make history. We're about to learn. We're about to grow. We're about to make history. And then, mark my words, it's going to be other school districts, other places around it that's going to be doing this thing. We're going to be the first model. And I'm speaking that into existence, okay?
For booking, please visit shurtschoolturnaroundspecialist.com.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This is Sean Hurt with another powerful Saturday morning podcast. And today I will be discussing the 8 steps on how to engage urban students in your school and also in your classroom. There is 8 steps on how to engage our urban students in the school and also in the classroom. So go ahead, and I need everybody to hit that share button. Let me know where you're coming from. Give me 2 minutes as I get all of my Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube people on. Hit that share button. Give me some love. We about to have another powerful, impactful podcast. I call myself Sean Hurt, the school turnaround principal, but more importantly, we call ourselves the Fantastic Four, with myself at 10 o'clock, Create and Educate at 10:30, Principal Kafele at 11, and Josh Tarver on Sunday at 5 o'clock. So I'm excited. Happy holidays to everybody. I know everybody ate a lot on Thursday. You probably had leftovers on Friday. You probably had a morning turkey sandwich this morning on Saturday, but I'm glad that you are with me on this morning, because what we're going to do is that we're going to give some strategies on how we're going to take schools to the next level, classrooms to the next level. We're going to go to the next level. So go ahead, hit that share button. Let me know where you're coming from. And I'm gonna get about another minute or so as I get all of my folks on, so we can have a powerful podcast. And go ahead and give me some love. Give me some love. Give me some love. Give me some love. Let me know how your Thanksgiving been. How has it been? I know you're spending time with family, just enjoying yourself and things of that nature, which is always good. It's always good to spend time with family and just kind of relax, charge the battery up. Some of you guys might have went shopping on yesterday. You spent all your money. You say, Hurt, I spent all my money yesterday. I went to get one item, and then I walked out with about 7 or 8 items. I had a budget of maybe $200, and I went to $550. I went over my budget. Hey, listen, that's all right. That is all right. We only live one life. We want to enjoy yourself. We want to, you want to be able to do the things that make you happy. That's the kind of mind frame I've had for the last couple of years. I'm doing things that's making me happy. Whatever that is, that makes me happy. As long as I'm not going against the law or doing anything like that, if that makes me happy, I am doing it. All right, so let me see who's rocking with me on this morning. And you still got time. Let me see who's rocking with me this morning. All right, let's see where we at. Let's see who's with me. I want to say good morning to you, Mr. David Bell in the house for Benton Harbor. Hey, listen, Mr. Brother Bell, I see that you guys got a new principal at the high school. He is a good friend of mine. He's going to do an excellent job. You got a new principal at the high school. I'm excited. I'm glad that hire took place. I know that he will do an excellent job. So I'm happy for that. I got my good friend, Dr. Jeter. Thank you for all of the support. Thank you for everything and shooting out to everybody. Much love and support. Good morning to you, Dr. Jeter. Happy holidays to you and your family. I got Miss Rella Hicks in the house from Georgia. Good morning to you. Good morning to the new AP at her school. I know you're excited. You're happy. I'm excited for you. Big shout out to you. Who else we got? We got Tara Adaman. Good morning to you. Put in the chat where you're coming from, Tara. Put in the chat where you're coming from. I know Dr. Jeter is coming from Illinois, but put in the chat where you're coming from. I got Edwin Garcia. Good morning to you. He says, growth. Good morning, Principal Sean Hurt and Growth Partners. Good morning to you. Thank you for always tuning in. I appreciate that. I got Rhonda LHS. Good morning to you. I got my good friend Principal Kafele from Vegas. Man, me and my wife, as we going to get older, we're going to start spending some time in Vegas on our things again because it is cold down here in Michigan. So hey, I was jealous. I said, man, I need to be in Vegas with Principal Kafele, man, get some of that good weather and just hanging out, just to be able to relax. Good brother, my good friend. I got Mrs. McMahon in the house from Illinois. Good morning to you. Give me about 30 more seconds. I give a shout out. I got September Vance Daniels. Good morning to you. I got Kanan Rowland. Good morning to you. Who else we got in the house? I got Champion Principal, my man with the boxing gloves on. He boxing. Good morning to you. I got Lynetta Wilson from North Carolina. Good morning to you. Let me get 2 more and I'm done. I got Jasmine Harris. Every time I see Jasmine, I thank you. But I need some of that California sun. And man, listen, Jasmine, I need some sun. I'm looking outside. We might have a snowstorm tonight here in Michigan. So, man, sometimes I get jealous of some of y'all warm places like Dr. Houston, seeing South Carolina. Man, I need some of that South Carolina sun. Good morning to you, Dr. Houston. I got Melissa Jones-Chunu. Good morning to you. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to stop right there. So if I miss anybody, I'm going to say good morning to you. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for tuning in on this morning. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. I'm going to talk about 8 steps on how to engage and support urban students. So if you are teaching in an urban school, you should be on here. You should be on here getting some of these strategies because at the end of the day, we got to be able to give teachers and schools and everybody these strategies to be able to move forward. So I always ask this question because I need all of my time. What is keeping you up at night as an educator? What is the one thing or the 2 things that's keeping you up at night as an educator? What I need you to do, I need you to put it in the chat. Put it in the chat real quick. What is keeping you up at night as an educator? I'm going to start it off. It changes like every month, depending on what's going on in education and what's happening. But what's keeping me up at night as an educator is that we have our mid-year assessments coming up in a couple of weeks for all of the schools. Whatever you're taking is a mid-year assessment. What are you going to do with that data? You've been putting things in place for 12 weeks. Now, that mid-year assessment is going to let you know if what you're doing is working and what you're doing is not working. But you got to look at that data to be able to help support you. So that's what's keeping me up at night because that mid-year is going to be so important for you to be able to, improve on what's taking place inside of that classroom. The other thing that's keeping me up at night is this. We cannot be satisfied educators, high school, middle school, and elementary superintendents and principals. Hear me out. Please hear me out. Pretty please hear me out. I need you to hear me out. Hold on for 1 second. I just want to hear me out. We can't be satisfied when we're saying that 9% of our kids in our district is proficient in math. That is unacceptable. So what that really is saying is 91% of the kids in your district is not proficient in math. That should be keeping you up at night, principal, superintendent. The other thing that's keeping me up at night is when I'm hearing that that the average SAT score is 830. The average SAT score in your district, you got 3 or 4 high schools in your district, is 830. Well, is that low? Is that good? Is that bad? What is 830? The most you can get on the SAT is 1600. 830 is unacceptable. So when they present this data out to you and when they're talking with a big old smile on your face, no, we are lowering the standards for our schools and for our districts. We got to raise the standards because those things that I just said is unacceptable. 9% proficiency in math in your district is unacceptable. If I was at church, I would say, give me an amen on that. 830, 840 on the SAT is unacceptable. We cannot be happy regarding that. We have to be mad. We got to be frustrated because when you're mad and frustrated, you will have change in your school and district. When you're happy, when everything is fine, and when you just whatever, then it's status quo. So those are the things that's keeping me up at night. Put it in the chat. What is keeping you up at night as an educator? As an educator. The last thing for me, before I get into my 8 steps, you still got time, is that what is going on in education in Mr. Hurt's world? Well, since it's the holiday season, I want to talk about HBCUs. That's historically Black colleges and universities. As you can see, I got my sweater on. Hold on, let me bring the camera down. Support Black colleges right here. And then I got my Tuskegee hat on, because that's where my daughter attends, Tuskegee University down in Tuskegee, Alabama. So we need to start to talk about it, support it. When I was a principal, I had posters up all in my school of HBCUs during reading month. Everybody had to, all my teachers, this is what I made them do. I had to take, I said, I want every classroom to be decorated as an HBCU outside of your door. Don't you know when you do the door decorations, you had to pick an HBCU. And then also in the classrooms, you had to have stuff HBCU. How do we get these kids to attend HBCUs? We have to talk about it, not when they're in 10th, 11th, 12th grade, but we need to have those conversations in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade, kindergarten, preschool, when they come out of the womb, okay? And we need to talk about some of the HBCUs, the Tuskegees of the world, the Central States of the world, the North Carolina A&Ts of the world, the Alabama States of the world, the Shaw Universities of the world, the Howards of the world, the Bowie States of the world, the Central States of the world, the Wilberforces of the world. I can go on and on regarding HBCUs. We hear about the big ones, the Morehouse and the Spelmans and the Howards, but let's give some love to some of them other ones that we don't hear about. Does that make sense? All right, so I'm a Tuskegee dad, was up Tuskegee alumni out there, and my son will be going to HBCU. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, let's go to jump in it. On September, Vance Daniel says WSU Ramley for life. Okay, all right. I love to hear that. Okay, do I have anybody else whose kids go to HBCU, or you graduated from an HBCU, or are you thinking about sending your kids to an HBCU? Go ahead and shoot some love. Or even if you say, hey, I didn't graduate, I don't got no, but this is one of my favorite ones. I always wanted to go to this school right here. And then I don't know why I'm on this, but since my daughter is a freshman in college and my son is a junior in high school, so when we're taking these college tours and things of that nature, I'm actually going on the campuses. This past summer, we was at Kentucky State University, and the campus was beautiful. Of course, Tuskegee, I was there a couple of weeks ago. I wanted to go back and go to school. I told my wife I want to go back to school. Man, I went there on a Saturday, and they was tailgating because they had a football game. And boy, oh boy, I was like, man, this is fun. This is fun. Maybe I could teach at one. I don't know. But hey, Okay, I got Miss Sessions. She's Langston University, Oklahoma. What's up? What's up? Okay, all right. Langston University. Okay. Come home, Kalahoma Community College. I am the only HBCU and one of the 10 HBCUs and is one of only 10 HBCUs in the nation. I read about that, Dr. Griffin, the other day. You know, I saw that on Facebook. I sure did. Melissa Jones Chuno said she graduated from PWI, but she always wanted to go to Langston University. I hear that. I got three degrees from PWIs, but I should have went to Shaw University. That's why I should have went. All right, let's go ahead and just go and get started. All right, go ahead and hit that share button. Let me know where you're coming from. We're going to talk about the 8 steps on how to engage urban students. I am a principal. I'm a teacher. I'm a superintendent. And my district is in an urban area. And even if you're talking about rural area, the same thing to me. We need to have strategies to engage them. Now, the information I'm going to give to you is free information. So get that pencil, get that paper out, get that notebook. I got all my stuff right there. And let's go and get started. Number one, write it down. Number one. Set up your classroom to be culturally responsive. That's the first thing. Set up your classroom in your school. Classroom in your school to be culturally responsive. Okay? That is so big because if the kids are coming from environments that don't support urban education, well, we got to set up our school and our classroom to be culturally responsive. Now, I'm going to show I'm going to give a 45 seconds of a video of one of my teachers. She was this is a teacher of mine, one of my former teachers, and I'm going to show you a video. Hold on. How it looks to be culturally responsive. Take notes, please. That's why I said hit that share button. I'm not just going to talk. I'm going to give you some visuals so on Monday you can be like, all right, this is what it needs to look like. So I'm going to give 30 seconds. Let me go ahead and shoot this real quick. Everybody hit that share button because we got to see it. You say, Hurt, what does a culturally responsive classroom looks like? Let me show the video so we can see it. Here it goes. Take the notes. Give me some feedback.
Hello, Facebook family, friends, and Twitter and LinkedIn friends. This is School Principal Sean Hurt, and I am in a classroom, and I just want to show you a classroom that I feel is set up for success as far as relates to how the classroom is organized, what it looks like, structure, but more importantly, this is one of the messages that we tell all of our kids. If you can read it, this is excellent. It says, nothing is impossible. Even the word itself says, I'm possible. So this teacher is letting the kids see this every day. You see our anchor charts. That's set up very nice. And once again, this classroom is just set up for success. It's very structured. Her data wall, computers right there. It's very organized. And whenever you have kids, any kids coming into your classroom, structure, organization is one of the main things that kids need in order for them to be successful in the classroom. You see, she has her.
All right, I'm gonna stop right there. So once again, I want to show you a classroom situation, a classroom setup. I bring it in. I bring everything to the table because sometimes you can speak it, but if I don't I'm a visual learner. I need to see what a culturally responsive classroom looks like, and that's one. I'm not saying to me, that's a model classroom. But we got to have a culturally responsive classroom in order to meet the kids. It's just like when you have Thanksgiving dinner. The way you set up your table, the way you set up the food, the spread and things of that nature is different than any of your other dinners that you have maybe with the family or when people come over just to have a good time. It is different. The first thing that you have to do is that you have to have a classroom and school. I can show you the school that I was a part of, but I'm not going to get into that. That is culturally responsive to your students. That's the first thing. Second thing, number 2, have books and materials that reflect the student's background and culture. Have books and material that reflects the student's background and culture. If 99% of your kids are African American students, you need to have books and materials in your classroom, in your hallways, outside of your school that reflects the kids that's coming into your classroom. For me, I remember I was at a PD and they said that, and now I'm the principal. I got about 700 kids in my school, 55 teachers. I literally went the next day into the classroom and I looked at the books that was in the classroom, and there was not one book. Now I'm the principal. I got taken on the chin that reflected the students in my school. The books that we had was through our reading program that we had. There was called a supplemental books that we had, but they did not reflect the kids in our classroom. So what did I do? Last week, I talked to you about this. I took my Title I money and I purchased about $25,000 worth of books that look like the kids in our school. What I want you to do, seriously, I got a lot of educators on here. On Monday, teacher, principal, got many principals, go into the classroom and just look in the classroom and just pick out the books. Does this book represent my kids? It's just like the pictures on the back of my wall. Look, this is my family right here. Does these pictures represent who I am as a father? Same thing. Going to your school, does the pictures, the artifacts, what we're looking at represent the kids that we're serving? How can kids become some when the imagery, and we talked about the imagery, does not represent them? Not only in the classroom, but in the hallway. That's why I'm a big component. HBCU. I had about 85 HBCUs all through the school because it represented our students. Mr. Hurt, why is my scores low? Why is the kids wilding out? Why on Monday I got teachers quitting and things? I just need to, because the foundation is let's set our schools up for success. My title of my lesson is the 8 steps on how to engage and support urban students. I know that you don't have a $5 million budget to tear the school down and build it back up. That's not reality. So the two things that I'm telling you to do takes little to no money. You already have the budget. Just reallocate the funds and order different materials. Create and Educate, Dr. Tammy Taylor, Dr. Sheikah Houston has a plethora of books, authors, you name it, that they deal with, that they've written, and things of that nature. Well, where do I find it? Go to Create and Educate at 10:30. They have a list. They're on here now. Put the link on here. Order from there. Order from there. There's authors on my podcast now that have written books. Order their books. If it's a K through 3rd grade book, order 100 from their website. So now you can have, so the kids can have books. Have books and materials that reflect student background and their culture. Real simple. It's not hard. We're not going to complicate this. I want to make it so simple that you can do this ASAP. Why? Because if we have more urban schools doing good, we will be doing better. Talk to me, y'all. Talk to me, chat. Creative educators on here. Put it, Dr. Houston, if you have time, Dr. Taylor, put your resource on there so people can order it. We talking about Black Friday. Let's order the books from the team. Order the books. If you're an author, put your stuff on here so they can order it. That's what we got to need. Number three, build sincere relationships with students and attend events outside of the school. Build these sincere relationships with the students and try to attend events outside of the school. The kids will buy in, the kids will love, they will remember it for the rest of their lives if you sincerely care for them and attend events. Now, I know for a fact that you say, Hurt, I'm at the school 50, 55 hours a week. The time is limited and things of that nature. I understand that and I get that. Now, let me tell you what I thought about a couple of years ago that we can use in our budget. See, now I'm talking about budgets, principles, and this can support. Set aside some money in the budget, principles. You can put it in 31A. Can I talk about it? 31A or Title II. 31A or Title II. I'm gonna say it again. 31A or Title II. You can actually, and it's sincere, is not, but you can have programs or set up. So if teacher X is going every Saturday to the kids' football game, or they play in the band, or whatever it may be, principal, why don't you set aside to get that teacher a stipend, and we can call it, we can package it up so we can pay for that teacher for gas, for time spent, or things of that nature. Not saying that, yeah, teachers are going to do it because they're sincere, but let's compensate that. Let's compensate that, principals. Let's think outside the box. 31A, Title II. Please look at your budget. I talked about it last week. We can set aside $4,000 to $5,000 and get a teacher a $200 stipend for on a Saturday from 12 to 3. They went to whatever. Give them a stipend for doing that. You know, if we really want to take care of our teachers and do what's best, let's start doing that. Mr. Hurt, can I do that? Yes, it is allowed in title budget. You just got to write it up differently. You can write it up under supporting students or mental health or whatever it may be. Write it up under there. Teachers supporting students during this time. You have money. 31AA, you can put up on a 31AA. I know I'm talking good now because now I'm giving you strategies, principles on how to look at your budget differently. So now when Mr. Smith wants to go to the football game or the band rehearsal, or they got whatever it is, we can compensate that. We can compensate that. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that's number 3. Build these relationships with students and attend events outside of the school day. Melissa Jones Chulo said nuggets. Yes. When you know better, you do better. I did it with my teachers. I'm going to name the teachers I did it with. It was Miss Hamilton and Miss Reed. They had a function. I said, oh, I could put it up under there. I talked to my title department. They said it is allowable. It got approved by the state. And then I was able to give them a stipend. They were going to do it for free, but no, I'm gonna bless you because this is your time and stuff like that. And they was blessed. I did it. So if I can do it as a principal, you can do it. Just got to understand your budget. That's it. I got Sabrina Wright in the house. Good morning to you, Miss Sabrina Wright. Especially the teachers who always attend extracurricular activities to support the kids. We can do it. Stay with me. Yep, that man hurt you giving us some information we ain't know. Yes, that's what I do. That's what I do. Number 4, make more activities in the classroom group-based. How do we engage urban students? Make more of your activities group-based. Let them, if you saw the classroom that I showed it to you, the chairs, the desks was in clusters. So now we're going to do group-based work. So now they can talk, they can move around, they can do those things at the high school level and middle school level. I was a principal at AP at a high school level, principal at a middle school level. It works. I don't care about them being 15, 18, 17. Put them in groups. And that's one strategy that you can use. Make more activities in the classroom group-based. Number 5, define clear objective and expectations and never lower the standard in your classroom or at the school. Define define clear objectives and expectations, and never, ever, ever lower the standards in the class and also at the school. Break that down even more. Show your work when you're turning in that math assignment class. Show your work. I'm not accepting you not showing your work. We're going to increase reading stamina. So I believe that we're going to be reading for 15 minutes and we're going to be able to increase the stamina. I'm not lowering that. Talk about at the high school kids going to college. That's something that we're not talking about on a more basis. I want to talk about it, discuss it, show it. That goes back. Define clear objectives and expectations and never lower the standard in the classroom. See, those three things we lowered it. We don't even have the kids show work. They don't show work no more. That's lower the standards. We don't even want the kids to read. Oh, poor Johnny can't read. Work with him in reading and let's increase his reading stamina. Number three, all these kids can't go to college. They won't go to college. Quit saying that. Quit saying that. These kids can go to college and beyond. If not college, they can go to a trade school. But let's have the conversations like that. So I'm going to stop right there. It is 10:30, so I got to stop right there. So what I want everybody to do, please go over and support my good people, Create and Educate at 10:30. They're on now. And if you like what I talked about, put it in the chat. Give me some love. Go to my YouTube page. Put some comments on YouTube. Hit all those algorithms, those emojis, those love and stuff like that, so we can make this big, make this next level. So thank you very much. I love you. I appreciate you. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy your Sunday. And let's take this to the next level. And next week I'll be doing part 2 because I still got three more topics to go. I'll be doing part 2. Thank you and have a blessed week.